my darlings. So today's t-shirt is teeth, tits, tummy, tush. Important things to remember. So upper body today. That means all the core and all the upper back muscles and the shoulder girdle. So we'll have a stretch first of all, my darlings. So feet turned out nice and wide. We'll just take some nice sweeps. Lovely. Just get nice warm up and sweeping it up. Lovely. A few more. Oh, just doing any kind of stretching is lovely, isn't it? And I'll just hover and shrug those shoulders, shrug those shoulders. Oh, you ought to hear the noises from mine. And the other way. Lovely. And now just a little pulse. So let's one hand to the knee and then push the heel of the hand so you get a good side stretch. Soften the knees and just push, 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 push. And come back, hand to the other knee, heel of hand, and then just push, get all those side muscles stretched. Lovely. Coming back up. So just going to stretch out the chest opener, so link fingers behind, pull open that chest, have a little swing side to side. Nice. And then keep that little swing, release the fingers and whack the furniture behind you. Oh, don't you miss having being in proper venues? Never mind. I'm sure we'll still get a decent workout. Normally I push the furniture out the way, but today I thought, oh, it doesn't matter. So my lovelies, I'll just carry on doing a little bit more stretching in the shoulders and arms. So soft knees, tuck the pelvis, hand on hip. With the other hand you're going to push it across the chest, and then with that hand behind, reach it and tuck it behind. Now what happens as you push your shoulders, your hips turn, so what you want to do is then bring the hips back and keep the arm across there, and then bring both hands to the hips, sit deep, and then we're going to bring our head towards the bent elbow side for a nice neck stretch. Yummy scrummy. Okay, swing, nice bit of release. And we'll do the other side. So hand on hip, pin that shoulder back, push the arm across. As that starts to turn your hips, re-square the hips but maintain that shoulder press. And you can bring the arm tucked so you can really press that other shoulder behind. And now bring the other hand to meet that hand so they're sitting comfortably on the hip. And then just tilt your head towards that shoulder and get a nice neck stretch. Okay, and then a few more dips and sweeps. Just get the shoulders all loosened up. Okay, and now I'm going to put one arm across the chest, one arm drive it past the ear, stretch, open, and again, arm across chest, drive that heel of hand past the ear and reach. And again, reach, and again, reach. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So my loves, upper body, as I said, it's going to involve core, and remember the teeth, well I can't see them, but remember your tits, tummy and tush, your posture. So you've got a pelvic tuck, sit nice and deep, particularly for the upper body because the tendency will be to straighten and arch. So you want to keep that pelvic tuck, use your pelvic floor. If you really engage your pelvic floor, it will just bring those hips in line as well as the belly button. Okay, my darlings. So to begin with, we're just going to loosen up the rib cage, get that a little bit loose. So we'll just start with our normal up and downs. So I'll stand sideways, just so to remind you as well to keep the correct posture. So you're going to push the chest up and then you're going to crunch. Push up and crunch. So each time you're going to pull that belly button in, and if you think of it, pull your pelvic floor in at the same time. Crunch and crunch. And you can have a nice little background track, something that's got a good beat. Maybe you've got some Arabic music, or put something on Spotify or something. Just crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch, up, crunch. The only thing I find with when I use background music is I keep getting all these copyright limitations on YouTube, which is really annoying. Shake it out. Okay, darling, so got the side to side. So arms nice and broad. Keep the shoulders pulled down away from the ears. Have tension in your middle finger. Soft knees, and now try and just reach to one side and then reach to the other. Nice and strongly reach, 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 reach. There's a lot of cat activity in this room that you can't see at the moment. I think Zuki's about to put on a show, revealing herself behind the curtain there. And lovely. Now bring hands to hair, so slide. Making sure no movement whatsoever in the lower half. Keep that pelvic tuck, I forgot. And just push, and push with the elbows. Get yourself over, no tilting. Try and keep yourself in a straight line. So your shoulders are always, sorry, your elbows always level with the shoulders. They're not moving, they're not tilting, everything in a straight line. And if you find that means you can only go that far, that's absolutely fine. That really, it's all about the quality of the technique. Okay, a few more times. I don't care if your arms are achy. Okay, and now bring it down to your hips. Slide, slide. So once your hands are down, to try and maintain that straight line, keep your pelvic tuck in, really crunch in your abs, keep the pelvic floor tucked up, and just think about side of ribs, okay? Side and side, side and side, 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 side. If you've got a mirror to hand, it's kind of handy to check that everything's aligned, that you're not tilting. You might think, you might end up going tilt, tilt, but you want to keep everything static apart from that rib cage. So really using core muscles. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Shake it about. Okay, so we've now got our forward and back chest. So this is where, I'll turn sideways again, where you're thinking about your chest going ahead of you. If you were travelling, your tits would get there before you. So it's a lovely squeeze between the shoulders. Now it's not a shoulders up there, it's really a low move. Try not to push it with your shoulders. Try to use the muscles here to just press forward. Hands on hips really helps, a little counter stretch. Don't forget that pelvic tuck, pelvic floor, everything, just pull it all in, just squeeze everything. And then just push forward, pull in, push forward, pull in, push forward, pull in. So you'll see my elbows barely move. Okay, so it shouldn't be a keep those elbows quite static. It's not about squeezing upwards, it's about moving forward. Okay, and pulling it back in, moving it forward, pull it back in, push forward. So you're just hovering over something and then pulling it back in, forward, back in, forward, back in. Lovely. So we'll do a chest square. So soft posture, tuck the tush, tummy, titties. So when you're moving rib cage, remember, if you've got the higher the chest comes, the better the separation from the ribs to the waist. So you've got more movability. I'm sure that's a word. So keep that tuck. So it's slide across, push up, slide across, and then really crunch in. Slide across, push up, slide across, crunch it in, slide across, push up, across, slide it in. And again, it doesn't matter if your range of movement is small, the technique and the muscles you're using correctly are all that matters, and that's just all you need. Crunch, slide across, push up, slide across. Do you know, I find having these words directly across my chest in a straight line really helps me see that I've got everything in line. Okay, change direction, up, slide it across. So you've got your stomach pulled in the whole time. You're really squeezing those abs. Use your pelvic floor as well. That will keep that tuck. Okay, so you're not pushing onto the hips. You want to keep things really relaxed and light, so it's just the rib cage moving. You're not pulling into those shoulders to try and make them do the work. And then just round it off. Just rub those chests around and around. So again, try and keep anchored in the lower half, and then reverse direction. And I find, if you're finding it hard to get the range of movement to the side, just focus on going up, crunch, up, crunch. You know, you might just get a little bit of a movement, pushing up and crunch, up and crunch. And if you feel you've got the range, just go for it. Okay, and shugada. Look, no jinglies because it completely destroyed the sound. I recorded it with hip scarf last time. So we've now kind of limbered and warmed it up. Let's figure of eight while I chat. So we're going to do a little bit of a sequence, and we're going to travel. So we're going to do a chest and travelling move. So we'll do a few little drills and then we'll travel with it. So get that pelvic tuck. We are going to do a chest rise, but we're going to rise to one corner. So you're going to push up to one corner. Now try and push the chest, but don't twist the body. So rather than going upwards like that, try and keep yourself as much facing forward, and you're moving the chest so your kind of head stays where it is, and your chest is going to push up to one side. You're going to really crunch it strongly in, and then push up to the other side. Crunch it in. Push up and crunch. Push up and crunch. Put up and crunch. Push up and crunch. Sit deeper. Now those of you with the back issues, you know, a bit of curvature of the spine, just keep reminding yourself, sit as low as you can. Remember, tummy, tush. That's the most important thing right now, the tummy and the tush. Okay, so keep that tucked so you're not getting all that uncomfortable arch and compression in the spine. So crunch it up, crunch it up. Where were we? Oh yes, pushing up, crunch up, really squeeze it in. You can probably see cats moving in the lower screen. Hopefully they won't fight. Okay, and lovely. So what we're going to do, we're going to combine that with a step. So you're going to have heel raised. With your first step, you push your chest up to that one. Together crunch it in, step thrust. So down, thrust, down, thrust, down, thrust, down, thrust. So you're going to the corner, so you're pushing your chest in the direction of the leg. Thank you, Zuki. Oh, no, that's Torty. Thrust and thrust and thrust. Coming forward, thrust, thrust, thrust and thrust. Going back, 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 back. So you're getting a very slight twist in the mid-back, which is lovely. Up, push up, push up, push up, take it back, step, 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 step. Lovely. So now we're going to add a little chesty circle to this. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then from there we're going to push around into a circle and then push up. So it's a, yeah, so it's a full circle. Of course it is, Ali. And then change. So you're going to start to the other side. Up, 2, 3. Push it up and around. Push it up. Okay. So we'll stay static for the circle and travel for the thrusts. Okay. So it's thrust, 2, 3, and circle. Thrust, 2, 3, and circle. Take it back. Thrust, 2, 3, and circle. Thrust, 2, 3, and circle. And shake it out. Ooh. Pin your hands behind. Have a little chest raise up while you push your hips forward. Oh, I pulled a muscle earlier. I was doing some plank thing. And I'm really sore in the shoulder. So my darlings, I think we'll just finish off, obviously figure of 8 whenever you're listening to my words of wisdom. So we're just going to finish off with a little bit of the figure of 8 chest, because it makes a really good movement through the spine. So a figure of 8 chest, it's like hips down, down, so it's like a Maya or a vertical figure of 8. So that is what our chest is going to do, but our hips are going to stay still with a pelvic tuck. So it's your shoulders are mirroring your hips, so shoulder down. So you're going down, as it's the tilt, but now you're going to do that push up. So with that shoulder, push up, 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 until you're tilting down the other shoulder. Push it out, come up, 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 up. Tilt down, and tilt down. Push up, pushing down. So before you come up, you want to push away to the side as far as you can before you start coming up. Now imagine that you've got some liquid and then you're pushing it up, it's all trickling all the way down there, and then you're going to push it up, 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 and oh, it's trickling all the way down to the other shoulder again. Now try not to be like that, that's not going to get you anywhere, so you've got to really shrug those shoulders back and down to get that freedom of movement. Core is very much engaged, you've got the pelvic tuck going on. It's quite hard work, but it's lovely, really nice for the upper back. So no movement in the hips at the moment, just pushing shoulders down and down. Don't worry if your range of movement isn't as much. It's quality, not quantity. Push down. Now if you're finding that you're comfortable with the motion, you can change your arm movement. So maybe you can have hands to ears, but it's more about, see how it's the side of the ribs. Watch these words. These words of wisdom, figure of 8ing in front of your eyes. Okay. And then once you're comfortable with that range of motion, you start doing opposite to the hips. So when you start that Maya motion, that's when your hips are moving and your torso is also moving. And the hands just help bring it along. Okay, my darlings, so I'm going to wriggle a goodbye to you because it feels so good. Okay, I'm going to wriggle over to you, and as a special treat, because I always come up to the camera, I decided to put some makeup on today because I can't remember the last time I wore any, which has also given me an idea. At some point over Easter maybe, or when I record the workshop, I am going to dress up in my most glamorous belly dance outfit, which I probably haven't worn in over a year or so, and I'm going to have full makeup and jewellery, and I'm going to take a photograph and I'm going to post it on Facebook, and I would encourage you girls too, because just because we don't have anywhere to go doesn't mean that we can't just dress up and look fabulous and then share it with each other, because frankly we're the ones that appreciate it more, seeing our friends looking glamorous and beautiful in our belly dance outfits, or if you don't have a belly dance outfit, just your best favourite most glamorous outfit. Don't you agree, Zuki? So from Zuki and me, goodbye and enjoy your upper back. Bye bye my darlings.